Hello from Bali. This is a podcast pigeon of peace where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about lean production, and let's start with the definition.
When I was young, I was trying to peel the potatoes, and my grandma always was saying that I am not хозяйственный, not economic one. Economical one, yes. And she was showing me how to peel the potatoes in economical way. And I was always thinking, we have so many potatoes. Why should we make such an economy? From other side, my father always was going around the rooms and was switching the light. And I was thinking, but why he was doing this? I was playing sometime in a bus with some small ships, and also my mother will say, do not use so many water, you just need surface but do not the whole bus. And right now I became like them. Now I am paying for utilities and all the bill, and I know how this cost, and I ask my wife, please do not switch on all the light. For example, right now on the ceiling I have 124 lights, and as I could see, all of them are working right now. It's just a rare occasion, sometimes one or two are broken one, but now everyone is working. And for example, there is a city in Bulgaria, name is Gabrovo, and there is a joke. People in Gabrovo, it's like Odessa in Ukraine, it's a town where everyone is making jokes, and people in Gabrovo so greedy that they want for example, cats to enter the flat or the room as fast as they could, so they cut them tails. So the cat would come in a moment. The same, for example, you would be using when you start to make a coffee shop or restaurant or to produce something. You will find that everything costs you money: electricity and water and canalization and heating and cleaning and so on. And if you will not improve your lean production, you will spend much more money than you will earn. For example, right now I work with a customer which produce a lot of milk production, like yogurt, like sauce cream, like cheese, cottage cheese. It's okay to say tvarog, cottage cheese and something else, and they each month have a huge committee, and they think how to cut some expenses, how to find another way to clean the cows, how to milk them, how to feed them, how to do a lot of different stuff, how to clean the equipment and so on. And I am wondering, sometimes they will save such a pennies, but it sounds like a very strange one.
Yeah, like a small coin.
Some small coins, and I ask them, you sit in so many people, like 30 people, 30 person, and you just save something like $20 per month. Is it worth it? And they say, yes, it worth.
And I do remember it, one of the skills when we were looking at the process efficiency, we would look into, like what is the dribbling part? What is something that, like goes off or not so stable? But when it comes to lean, like when we're trying to start with the analysis to make a decision, like what exactly we need to cut, whether it's reasonable, and whether it's the most part that actually requires to be, like cut or optimized. So how do we make this decision? What kind of models, or maybe what kind of simple calculations we may use in order to find this specific part that will be taken off?
There is a very strange, very severe rules, and those rules are located between two layers, рычагов. Levers. One is risk, and another one is приемлемый уровень.
Acceptable level.
For example, for me, I was working when I was learning lean production. This was in city Zaporozhye in Ukraine, and I was working with Americans. They were giving me black belt for project how to produce cans for Pepsi. And for me, from this point, from this time, the can for beer or Pepsi may be the leanest way how to do something. let's think about this. From one point of view, this can should be as light as it possible, because if you carry this by trucks or by lorries or by people, you should use as light
Containers.
as light containers as it possible. But from other side, sometimes you will put all these containers one on another. For example, in a truck, like, I don't know, like 10 layers or 12. So from one point of view, it should be light and not heavy. From other point, it should be strong to carry it on. And they have done so many calculations, and I think that no one knows how hard this project. And another example, not many people knowing how chickens makes their eggs. I have been working for several times for, I don't remember. This is a special word for chickens factory. Poultry, maybe.
Poultry factory.
Poultry factory, yes, maybe. Thank you. And this egg, when you collect or pick it from the ground, it is already hard one. But chicken has no such hole of the size. So this, when it goes from the chicken, it's a soft one. And then it would lay on the ground, and in, I don't know exactly, maybe in 5 or 6 minutes, it became almost hard as stone. So, wow, how it's cool. From small point goes such a big object, but then it's create a very hard shell. And another example, also with chicken egg. No, not so many people know why it has a very strange shape. But the reason is, if you will put on any surface this egg, and you will try to throw it in any direction, this egg would makes a circle, and then it will stop. So this shape made in such a way that chicken will never lose their eggs, because they will roll out.
Well, this obviously raises a question about the evolution. We probably will set it aside and continue speaking of the lean development. Sometimes we might be not really cutting or, like making something shorter. But as you mentioned, there is also might be, like maybe replacement, whether it's like a moving parts, whether it's like materials, and maybe sometimes it's also might be the agent that we also interact with, whether it's our I would say, like a logistic providers, etc. So how to go about the parts when you need to make some, not like a extensive, but more like an intensive or like more innovative approach, where you do want to implement something that might be cheaper, that might be slightly arguable, or maybe also might be dealing with the change management. Yet, by the end of the day, you will achieve the lean development, which will save you money and maybe, like make some money, make some time as well.
I will give you several examples how to deal with this. First example would be like this. Several minutes ago, we were talking about Japan, and probably you will go there. I wish you this trip. You will find a very strange situation in airport. You will find two things that Japanese, I forget how to name people who unload the luggage. Special land crew, which
land crew is a good one.
Land crew. Maybe it's like loaders, but I'm not sure.
Baggage man.
Okay. You know what they do? Two things you will never meet in any other countries. First, they make sorting of the baggage by the color, and second, they clean this baggage. In other countries, sometimes you also find something like this. For example, in Canada and in Germany, they use a special sign for experienced travelers. They will put at first the most black bags, then blue ones, but in last order, they will use red ones, because reds is like signal there are nothing left in the plane. When you will work in different countries, you will find a very tricky ways how people save space, save energy, and so on. For example, also in Germany, there are a very smart way how to use water. You could not meet this in Russia, for example, or in Ukraine, in Kazakhstan. You know, they have combined this crane with I don't know how to say, openers, levers. When you wash your hands, this dirty water will go to special container to be used in toilet. So you have this, I don't know how to say, раковина installed on toilet seat. Think. Another, for example, when you will be in Italy, and if you will buy a Pepsi, you will find just in one country, they have on Pepsi special layer, and if you buy it and your can is dirty, you just put out small, I don't know how to say, фольга? Foil, and then you could drink. It would be definitely a clean one. In Japan, there is also one more strange thing. They have special can openers. For example, you will buy a beer. In our countries, you will push special layer, and you will pour your glass from small hole. But in Japan, there exist can opener. It would open this can and will create it into the glass. So you have everything empty, and you could drink it like a glass.
Well, this is like very amazing indeed. Then my last question will be how knowing about lean production could help to make this world a better place.
Maxim, I was taught to be an engineer. Taught?
Yes, taught.
I was taught. And on the third course was a strange theme on one of our subject. And it's make me thinking for several months. It was something like this. If you create something from wood or from metal or from glass, you should understand that you are responsible for resources. Do not use in your instruments, in your mechanism, resources if they could be used in something more important. I was thinking and I couldn't understand. We have so many trees, we have so many sand to produce a glass. We have so many metal ore in the ground. Why should I save it? And even right now, I don't know how many people think about this. For example, if you will buy something in Japan, you will find a very strange touch. Everything is very light. For example, if you will buy shampoo for head in USA or in Russia, all bottles will have this dispenser. It's okay to say dispenser. But in Japan, no one does like this. You will go to the shop. For example, I was working for Tsubuku company. I will buy a bottle with dispenser, but whole rest of my life, or for several years, I would be using very small, special, I don't know how to say, packets without bottle and without dispenser. I would refill my single bottle like for 20 times. So in Japan, they have very small garbage bins. So they like if they buy something, for example, food, and they could press упаковка, package in a very small bowl. If they will found that the package is too huge, they would think, I would never buy it, because if it has a big package weight, it is expensive.
And we reviewed the skill of lean production and how it could be helpful for you. Stay in peace.